Hi, this is Ambi from Board Game Blitz, and today I'm going to talk about my highlights from the month of July. But first, before that, I will go into my acquisitions. Not many acquisitions this month, but we bought Exit the Game Family 2 Escape Adventures with the Exit Heroes. Exit the Game is a series of escape room board games that I really like, and this is family, so it's for you to play with your kids, for the whole family. It says ages 8 and up, but I heard it's good for like ages 6 too, so from Crystal actually. She played with her nephews. But yeah, so I'm excited to play this with my kids. They saw it and they're like excited too because they know this is an escape room game. That'll be fun to play with the whole family. And then my other acquisition was a review copy of the new code names from CGE and talked about it on the podcast. I actually requested this and talked about it before they announced their new Harry Potter code names. And because of that, I'm not going to be like talking about it for the rest of this video, but instead I'm going to say a little bit of why. If you haven't heard, a lot of reviewers are boycotting CGE after that announcement. And this is because J.K. Rowling, who owns the license to Harry Potter, she gets a lot of money from all the Harry Potter sales, and she uses that money to fund things that hurt trans people. So a lot of people, including us, are unhappy with that and unhappy with CGE's decision to license Harry Potter. And if you want to hear more about it, Matthew McCack over on Room 51 has a video about it, and then he's also going to be responding to comments in a future video, which may or may not be out by the time this video is out, but you can go watch that. But if you want to not buy and not spend money on the Harry Potter game and other Harry Potter games and the Harry Potter Legos and other stuff, and you don't know what to do with all that extra money you have, then maybe you can consider donating to some charities that support trans people and trans rights. So for example, there's Trans Lifeline, which is in the US and Canada. There's also Global Action for Trans Equity, or GATE. And then I looked up some that are specifically in the UK, which is where J.K. Rowling is and a lot of her impact is. And I found there's Mermaids. There's also Gender Identity Research and Education Society, or GIRES. And then also Transactual. So I'll link all of those below if you want to donate. Now on to the highlights, and there's plenty of highlights without the CGA games that I played. Most of my highlights I think from this month were puzzles actually. But let's see. Okay, for stats for July, I log my plays using BG Stats, the app, which links to Board Game Geek, and I have 29 plays of 12 different games, 4 of which were new to me. First, games with my kids, which Zombie Kidz Evolution is a legacy game we've been playing through, and so I can't like spoil too much of what we've been playing. We've opened more envelopes, there's more stuff. There's like, well, it's not much of a spoiler, I guess, because like the base game is pretty basic. I did an overview video of it, and then you get powers when you open up envelopes. So there's more cool powers now, and it's more interesting playing it and making decisions. Yeah, we've been playing it. I played it 2-player with my kid and 3-player, and 3-player is just so hard. I don't know if it's because it's me and 2 kids, so the 2 kids aren't making optimal decisions, or if it's just because it's also 3 players, like the harder side of the board is for 3 and 4 players, so like 3 is the hardest count, probably. But yeah, we're still having fun. I think we're maybe like halfway through the envelopes now. I want to get more because we get more character powers, and like I know what's coming since now it's like one character has this power and then other ones are gonna get it eventually. You just have to open the envelopes. So I'm excited for that. Another highlight with my kids, which was not a board game, but here, this Cluebox. I had backed this on Kickstarter. Well, I backed this on Kickstarter. This Pyramid of the Sun. It's a jigsaw puzzle box thing from ID Venture, and then I also got this as an add-on. This was a puzzle box, Davy Jones or something. But yeah, we did this. It's a puzzle box made out of wood. It worked surprisingly well. I was not expecting it to work that well, especially when my kids were playing with it. My kids are 5 years old. I was like, be very careful with it. You don't want to break it. And they did not break it. So that was a lot of fun. And then I also did this one, which is like jigsaw puzzles on the side. This is actually, I also got the expansion for it on Kickstarter, which is like an extra jigsaw puzzle thing. So I have that on top of it. But below that, there were the other jigsaw puzzle pieces. And then there's mechanisms to end up opening this puzzle box. So it's like a jigsaw puzzle plus puzzle box thing, which was neat, and it's really nice. So that was a highlight of the month for me, just doing that, and I did it with my kids. Alright, so then the games without my kids, I got to play First Contact with just adults. So I had played this at Dice Tower Con, like with one of my kids sitting on my husband's lap before, and like he was helping him. But this is kind of like, it's like a Codenames with images kind of, but not teams. So it's like there's aliens, there's alien people and earthling people, but you're not on teams. You're all kind of individual, like one earthling will win and one alien will win. And so the aliens have these symbols. There's a grid of words that are different adjectives. adjectives. So there's like metal or beautiful or sharp or something. And then each one has a symbol. And so the aliens are writing using that symbol language. And then there's a grid of cards. Each alien has certain cards that they want to gather, I guess. The theme is they're trying to like collect those items. And the Earthlings are trying to interpret the language of the aliens and learn it. So the Earthlings will point to, or like turn like up to 5 of the cards to point to one of the items. So like you're trying to get sharp, so you'll turn over knife and sword and like pin or something, like things that are sharp. So the aliens will see those ones that they turn over and be like, okay, I think that's sharp. Or maybe they'll think, oh wait, that's metal. So then they'll give them the word for that. And so the humans will think, okay, they'll see what will happen and they'll have an idea of what that symbol means, but it might be wrong. And the aliens on their turn are going to be using those symbols. They're going to be pointing to one word. So it's like, okay, I want the ball. So then they try to signal it using their symbols. So they'll be like round toy or something. I don't know if those are the words that are available. And so then the Earthlings will see the symbols. They might know that something means round, but they don't know what the second symbol means, or like they might think it means something else. So then they'll each point to, or like they have a little card that they reveal simultaneously that they'll write which item they're giving the alien. And so if they get it right, then they get a point and the alien gets their point. So yeah, it's interesting and I like it. It is dry erase, which you might know that Toby does not like dry erase. I don't like dry erase that much either. And also I was the human this time. I played as the alien before when I played before, but like as a human, I was trying to take a lot of notes for the symbols because it's like, okay, in our game, one of the symbols, I was thinking it meant weapon at first because we actually guessed wrong. We guessed a thing to give to the alien and it was their thing, but it wasn't the thing that he was trying to say. So I was thinking it was weapon, but that symbol actually meant beautiful. So like, but I was having question marks and stuff and like, oh, it's not this. And with the dry erase board and like little squares, there wasn't enough room to write all of that. So I would want like a paper with pencil for that. But it was interesting and I liked it. I also got to try out 9 Tiles Extreme, which is an Oink game. 9 Tiles is my favorite speed game, I think. My favorite Oink game too. But 9 Tiles is a speed game where you have 9 tiles that are double-sided and you're trying to match a pattern by flipping them over. There are like different symbols on each side in each tile and you're trying to match this grid. And so 9 Tiles Extreme is basically what you would expect from something named 9 Tiles Extreme. It also has 9 double-sided tiles. They have symbols and colors, but they're different. So like the background color is distinct from the symbol on the card. Whereas in 9 tiles, the symbol and colors are the same. Like it would be a blue spiral and then the blue spiral, like it's always the blue spiral. But here it's like a blue background in a spiral, but then there's a pink background in a spiral. And then the cards will have the grid, but on the backs of the cards, it either has something that indicates color or a symbol. So you look at the back of the deck when you flip over the card that you're trying to match, and that means you're either matching the color or the symbol, not both. So your brain will have to kind of switch at the beginning of each round. It's like, okay, now we're matching color. So you only look at the color and try to get the match. And then when it's symbol, you only look at the symbol. So yeah, it was 9 tiles, but extreme, kind of like switching off. I was a lot better at the color matching than the symbol matching, but I got better at the symbol matching. Okay, and then the last highlights are just solo things. I started Ministry of Lost Things Case 1. It's a really long name. I forget the whole name, but it's from Post Curious. I backed this on Kickstarter. Got it in like April or something, but I started it and I'm enjoying it so far. I've only played 1 envelope, but it's basically, the theme is there's like this ministry of where the lost things go. Like if you lose a sock or something, it goes into this world, but sometimes you need it back. Like that world is for things that are lost forever that no one wants back, but then like they have to sift through the items to find the things that people want back, and they're cataloging things. It's a puzzle game. Post Curious does a lot of puzzle games, and I've gotten review copies from them before, but this one I bought, and it's cute. There was like it's probably not too spoilery, but this is slightly spoilers for the first part, but there's like a map, and you have to decipher some language stuff, and you're trying to catalog an item. But the theme is cute. It wasn't super physical yet, and the box is smaller. It's one of their smaller games, so I'm not expecting like a lot of physical components, more like paper things and puzzles on paper, but I like those too. So I'm excited for the rest of it. There seems to be a lot of envelopes in there, even though it's small. All right, and then my last highlight, which is also a puzzle. On BGG, it's called Puzzle X Crime Kidz, The Lost Fire, but I think that's the series name of the German edition. They have an English edition, Mystery Puzzle, I think. This is by Ravensburger, but it's basically a jigsaw puzzle, kind of mixed with Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective and the Unlock series. Here it is. I actually streamed this, and I will put the playthrough up on my Ambi Puzzles channel. sometime in the future. But I love jigsaw puzzles and I love escape room type things and mystery games. So this is like what I was looking for. I think a few months ago I talked about my puzzle adventure, which I played with my kids, and that was a jigsaw puzzle. It's 48 piece like floor puzzle for kids where you turn over and like it's kind of has a story on the backs of the puzzle pieces. This is kind of like that. There's a mystery. The puzzle is a picture and then it gives you a little suction piece that you can use to pick up the pieces. Like if you want to talk to this person, then you pick up the piece of her and look on the back and it has a number and there's a deck of cards. So you get the number from the deck of cards and it'll say like whatever the person says. So you use the jigsaw puzzle like pieces to investigate in the deck of cards and then like unlock some of the cards you can combine with other cards and get another card. And some of the cards tell you to open the envelopes. There's envelopes in there too that have other special items that give you clues. So you're going through there and there's a scoring system of time where like each card costs a certain amount of time that tells you in the top corner. But I kind of like wanted to, even after like I was pretty sure I solved the solution, I wanted to like go through and see everything. So I kind of ended up spending more time than I was supposed to. But it was fun. I really liked it and I'm excited for the other mystery puzzles. Yeah, like I think I had found out about it when I was looking up, like I want something for adults when I was looking up My Puzzle Adventure and I saw this on BGG and that's like when I had tried to find it in English. And yeah, I think they have more in English now, which is exciting. So yeah, those are my highlights. A lot of puzzles. I love puzzles, but board games are fun too. And it's lucky that some of those puzzles actually count as board games because they're on BGG. But hope you had a good July of games and let me know what highlights you had in July, what games you played. Thanks for watching Board Game Blitz. Bye!